Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Descent into Madness podcast, where three bumbling absolute fucking idiots sit here and look at each other on a Discord call. One really likes cheese, the other two are just bringing him along like it's our stupid little brother with an unplugged-in controller.
Yes.
Surprisingly accurate. But in reality, none of us have a controller.
No. In reality, we're all sitting there staring at the Wii holding Xbox controllers.
Yeah.
Of course. That's all we're good at nowadays.
Did you guys ever play those plug-and-play TV games? Where it was like the game was built into the controller, and it would plug straight into the TV through its jacks. And, like, I had a SpongeBob one. I think I had a Go Diego Go one at one point. I just remember the SpongeBob one was fucking awesome.
I do remember those, now you say it, but I can't remember the ones that I hadn't played, dude. That was so long ago.
I don't know why I have such a vivid memory of the SpongeBob one, and
I never had them, but I always walked, like, past them in a Walmart and went,
Yeah.
It's kind of like, whoa, it's a game, but it's also a controller.
Yeah, like the SpongeBob one, I remember the joystick was SpongeBob's nose. And then you could get the second player add-on, which was Patrick.
Now I really remember it. Oh, I know we had like a Spider-Man one.
I remember seeing the Spider-Man one. Did you ever have the Shrek one?
I don't think so.
We had the Shrek one for all of a day, and then it broke.
Well, yeah, because you tried to shove it up your ass, didn't you?
No. Some other kid tried to shove it up his ass.
Brother.
No, actually, my mom used to be a babysitter for a ton of kids when we were younger, because she wanted to do a stay-at-home mom for us, and a kind of easy way to be able to do that and supplement some income is to do like a in-home daycare service, because she was already certified, because, I mean, she works at a daycare now. So she is a certified daycare teacher, and so she already had all those certifications just to run in-home. And there was this kid, a guy I was really good friends with. His older brother would come over, and his name was Tyler. It was the fucking weirdest kid ever. Would sit there, and, you know, there was, I think, 3 girls, and then, like, 4 guys of us total. The girls would always want to play house because, like, we had this bunk bed thing that, like, the bottom part was like, it was like a castle or something, but the bottom part was just like where it had nothing in it and everything, and it had like a little door on it, and then the up, like, in the bunk part of it was the actual bed, and that was my bed. And so the girls always wanted to play house, and I remember for some reason this kid was so insistent on me and him being the mom and dad, and would sit there and try to convince me to get on top of him. And because that's what mom and dads did. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then
And did you?
No.
Did you jump on the bed with him?
No. I mean, you gotta remember, like, this kid was, like, almost 12 years old, and I was 5 at this time. So, like, and I remember the next experience I had with him was at Snowstar. You guys know what Snowstar is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, for those of you who don't know, potentially other listeners that aren't from around here, Snowstar is this place where it's really good during the actual winter, but otherwise they do, like, fake snow and stuff for the colder seasons. And where you can go skiing and tubing and such, and we went there to go tubing for my buddy's birthday. And I remember that the kid Tyler sat there and would use any opportunity to just beat, like, his meat onto your forehead. He sat there, and going up the little escalator thing, he jumped onto my tube and started vigorously humping it. Like, no shit, vigorously, violently humping it in front of everyone. Everyone's just sitting there looking at him. I don't want nothing to do with him because I was 10 years old at this point, and so that puts this kid at, like, 18, 19, something like that. And yeah, and I remember because
his name was Tyler.
Yeah,
Were his middle and last name Ninja Blevins?
No,
No,
it
it's
was
Tyler
not the Blev.
Fortnite Ninja Blevins.
It was not the
right.
Blevins.
Sorry.
But and there was a highlight to this trip. It was kind of funny. The first time it happened, so we realized, because I've always been the big kid, you know, obviously you guys know me, I'm a big dude. And going down these tubes, I carried a lot of fucking momentum. And we figured out the perfect position to lay in these. Of like, if you just go flat out and you don't like sit up straight or anything, you will just go zipping down there. But the issue is that I carried so much fucking inertia and speed going down to the hill that I would basically going flat, because they had these like huge freaking air bumpers up by the fence, so you didn't just go railing into this like fence. And with me laying flat out, I'd go hurtling towards these things and just go zoop underneath of it. And I'm perfectly underneath of it. Well, the first time that happened, the fuckers fucking forgot me and didn't realize I wasn't there, so I was under there for 10 minutes. Because it was like the perfect position to where the thing was too heavy for me to be able to move my arms up, and the snow was too slick for me to be able to like anchor the tube down to get it off my back. So I was just kind of stuck there, starfished. And then it happened one more time, but this time they actually paid attention. And as they were pulling me out, this kid fucking Tyler was like setting up the perfect tea bag and ended up shoving everyone else away, grabbed my hands, pulled me out to where it was just my face, and just fucking sat on my face. Like, this kid was a fucking weirdo, dude.
So he like full on brushed his nuts across your face.
Like, it wasn't like bare sack. I mean, it was
Well, yeah.
snow pants. But yeah, basically like the fullest fledge of teabag possible.
Maybe he was just really good at Call of Duty and wanted to prove it to you in real life.
No,
Prove it to
dude,
you
I
IRL.
fucking remember telling everybody about this because his brother, my actual friend, is a really chilled out, really nice guy. I'm still friends with him today. And, you know, and my mom was super good friends with their mom and their parents, and they just would not fucking believe a word I said about how weird this guy was. Like, dude, looking back on it, it would not shock me, because as far as I know, he hasn't done anything. But also that their family kind of doesn't really talk about him or talk to him anymore, from what I also heard. It wouldn't shock me if he's gone around diddling some children or like done something to someone else. Dude was a fucked up mess, and I was stuck with him.
You were his first victim.
I was. At least I was first in something, because it wasn't the triathlon.
Yeah. Which brings us to our first fun cheese fact of the day.
Oh God, wait, why'd you
Yeah,
specify
you thought you were
first?
getting away. You thought you were getting away.
Why did you
No.
specify first? No,
The
hold on.
first. Yeah, first. Holy shit. It's a fucking special. The cheese special.
I
Yeah,
swear to
it's
God.
here, baby. It's here. Now, today's cheese comes to you from Italy. And I think everyone knows this one, but not by its actual name. The actual name of this cheese is Casu Marzu, or rotten cheese. Yep, I'm talking about the maggot cheese today. Yeah, everyone's heard of it, but nobody really knows what it is. This is a cheese that is made by Italian farmers, and they still make it today and eat it, and they consider it to be a delicacy. And essentially, they make a pretty regular wheel of cheese, and then what they do is they introduce cheese flies to it, and they let them lay their larvae in the cheese, and they eat the cheese, digest it, poop it back out, and it gives it a sort of bready, spicy texture. And they still eat it today, and they make it for like birthday parties and weddings. However, it has been banned for sale because
No
they're
shit.
not really sure about. They're not really sure about if it's okay to eat it because people aren't really excited about eating live maggots.
No, I wouldn't be either.
Yeah, I'm like.
As I'm sorry,
definitely
that's a
not
cheese
one
I'm
of
going to
the
have
things
to
I wanna
pass
do.
on.
Yeah, but I mean, in my never-ending battle to find and eat as many cheeses as I can. If I ever get the chance to, I think I will.
You know, to be honest with you, if they gave me like a little cube of it to try on like a toothpick, I'd probably try it too.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that the texture that it has, like that bready texture, they scoop it out, and you can like scoop it out and put it on meat and crackers, and that's how they eat it.
Scoop it out, so it ends up being like ice cream, like that.
No, kind of like
consistency?
like a
Soft
dough,
serve
like
cheese.
bread dough.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
See, when you said the
I
bread
mean-
texture, in my mind, it immediately like did the outside of like a baked loaf. That kind of crusty,
Oh, like the
bumpy feel.
I went to crouton by accident.
crouton.
Croutons are
Crouton.
bread.
Croutons are not just bread. They're bread that's been aged for like 1,000 years inside of a decompressor or something like that. It's like, I don't know what they actually are, but dude, I fucks with croutons.
They're just like dehydrated bread cubes.
They're super good. They're nice and crunchy.
Oh yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Nice and crunchy.
Crunchy.
But there's your fun cheese fact number 1 for today, and I will be back when you would least expect it with another one. That's right.
So this entire episode is now like stepping around a landmine.
Yeah. Don't set me up, or you will have another.
There's a
fucking
specific trigger word. It's gonna be like.
See,
gravy
he
or
says
something.
that, don't set me up. But in what way did we set him up for the first one? It's not going to matter. It's just going to matter when he's ready to say it.
It's a landmine that also has like just a time detonation in case nobody sets it off.
Yeah. It's a landmine with a fucking remote detonator with a guy with a binocular sitting about 100 feet away.
Yeah, just like, oh, come on, get a little closer.
course.
Just waiting for that perfect, opportune moment.
God damn it.
And I will have my moment.
You know, you're going to have your moment, but everyone else is going to lose out on theirs. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out how to remove you entirely.
Like, from the plane of existence. We're going to Thanos snap you out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out.
Uh,
You can take all the damn cheese with you.
I
Whoa,
would be fine with
whoa.
that.
Let's not give him all the cheese. I was like,
No,
I just
no.
bought some pepper jack fucking bricks last night
Nice.
for cheese and crackers.
As you do.
We'll figure it out. You can have the maggot cheese. We get everything else.
Well, what about those poor farmers in Italy?
They can get
They
another
can just go
fucking
back
job.
to making regular cheese.
No, they want to make their maggot.
Do you think it started by one farmer that was like super down on his luck and completely forgot about this one extra wheel of cheese he had made? And then was like, had no money to eat and came in and was so hungry. He's like, well, you got to do it. And ate it, was like, oh, it ain't that bad.
It ain't
could
that
be.
bad. It's gotta be, because there's no other, like...
It's like,
how
that's
else
in the
would you
realm of
come
like,
across-
you know, how did the first guy discover that cow's milk was good? It's like, okay, you know, the argument can be made there that, you know, oh, well, baby cows drink it, you know, you drink your mother's milk when you're young. Okay, there can be an argument made there. But there is no fucking argument to be made of why the first guy decided to try maggot cheese.
I can almost guarantee you the first guy to try cow's milk was probably the first incarnation of that Tyler kid you were talking about.
Probably.
Probably saw the udder on the cow, pushed the baby cow out of the way, and just started sucking.
People that are so fucking down and bad 24/7 that they're just an absolute menace to society. Like, not even the joking way. Like, truly, like someone you have to put on a fucking watch list.
Yeah.
Watch the...
Now, I don't know about the smell of Katsumarzu. I would assume it might smell.
I would assume it smelled pretty bad, considering
tell you
maggots
about-
only eat decaying things.
I can tell you about a stinky cheese, which brings us to our second fun cheese.
No!
Yeah! Woo! See, if you don't set me up, I set myself up.
Exactly, that's what the fuck I was
We
saying.
did set
That
you up because we kept talking about cheese. It didn't end.
Yeah. the
How
second
could we
one-
have done this?
and of
This was
course
his
I'm doing-
plan all along. The reverse psychology demonstrated by this man is an unparamounted to success.
How did we get trapped?
No,
We knew the landmine was there and we stepped right on it.
The second cheese of
We were
today
sitting there
will be,
tossing fucking weights on it to see what actually made it go off.
Yeah.
It'll be a stinking bishop. It's a British cheese, and it's known as one of the stinkiest cheeses in the world.
Is that why their teeth are fucked up?
No, that is because they like to chew on bricks. Not gonna lie, sometimes I enjoy a nice brick sandwich. But this cheese, the reason why it smells so bad is because they mix the cheese, or not mix it, but they wash it with a drink called Perry. It's an alcoholic drink made from the stinking bishop pear. And so what they do is when they're making the cheese, and they just make like a regular old fucking cheese, they then rub it a few times with that stinking pear alcohol. I think it's like a wine. And then they let it sit. And they just have that soak into the cheese, and it apparently reeks. But apparently it's really good.
That just sounds awful.
There
really
you go,
does.
folks. The moral of the cheesy story today.
See,
is
basically,
that,
to be able to eat that, you'd have to, test yourself and just get, a freaking McDouble from McDonald's and then just go sit next to a rotting cow carcass and just eat it.
I bet I could.
Because the smell is heavily influenced into the taste. And the reason for that being is that there's actually quite a lot of taste buds in the back of our tongue that's kind of running down our throat, which just goes straight to the nasal passage. So that's why certain smells, and you see how it helps some people eat things that they don't want to by plugging their nose, is because smell is a very important part of taste. And I cannot see something that would be that repulsive smelling, and by description, being able to be edible, unless it's one of those the Carolina Reaper Dorito chip, where you're eating it knowing it's shit, but you're doing it because of that.
It's hard to say.
I don't know, get some.
It's
curious.
hard to say.
Yeah, I would try it. I know they have a super duper moldy cheese as well, but that's
You have to wear nose plugs when you sit down to eat it.
I don't fuck with moldy cheese at all. I don't even like blue cheese. My dad loves blue cheese. I do not like it.
Well, brie and camembert also have mold on the outside, but that's penicillium.
Penicillin.
Yeah, or no, penicillium. It's the mold that they use to make penicillin, as you could probably put together.
That's crazy.
No,
Damn, bro, I didn't ask.
Damn, bro, I didn't ask.
God, dude, we're a bunch of assholes. Okay, so my dad sent me something today from TikTok.
Cool.
And it is this...
Picture of him.
No, it is this thing. I'll try to take a screenshot of it and send it in the chat here while I try to find the words to describe it. Because it is this creature that he found and got me thinking. This dude's got tape water bottles all over his head, big black cherry lipstick, wearing, I don't even know what the fuck he's wearing, but it's a sight. It's a sight to behold. And that made me think, why do we insist on making platforms where everybody can post? Because not everybody should be able to post. You find some of these heinous okay, this guy obviously is doing it very self-aware. But there is other people, and I hate to sound like an asshole, but a lot of special needs people on TikTok will sit there and do reactions to content of super young girls or something like that, and just sit there and staring at the camera and licking their lips. Like, people that don't understand the concept of maybe I shouldn't post that. I mean, hell, even non-fucking special needs people have that issue of like, maybe I shouldn't post that, you know?
Maybe I should use my fucking
Like the
hand.
fucking classic video before TikTok was even TikTok, when it was still Musically, to that Justin Bieber song. While this guy's in his grandpa's hospice bed, and like his grandpa is visibly dying, and he's
Tell me
making
he's licking his grandfather.
no, he's not licking his grandfather, but he's just sitting there making, and this was when Musically, you know, was the thing, because that was when purely the cringe dances were just it. There wasn't anything else, because Musically was purely audio sounds. And it's just like, why the fuck? And this kid gets clowned on all the time. He's a classic example that gets brought up when talking about, like, man, these kids are fucking stupid.
These kids are stupid.
It's like classic one to bring up. And it just makes you wonder, like, dude, I know my parents would be fucking pissed if they saw me posting something like that. They would be the most immense disappointment I will ever witness if I did something like that. Because that shit is just fucking deplorable. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude, some people now it's all about just letting the internet babysit their kids.
I do want to point out with that picture that you sent, I love the dribble stains on the guy's shirt,
Yeah, like
and I
shirt
love the
bib thing.
description of it. Ooh ah ooh hashtag goat bruv.
Because he was sitting there going, ooh, the entire time. I'll see if I can play the audio. I'll see if it goes through the mic. It's just this music, and he's just sitting there the whole time going, ooh.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, that guy is obviously self-aware. Like, dude, me and my dad find the weirdest shit and send it back and forth to each other. But it's just got me thinking of, like, dude, what are you going to do when the inevitability that, because TikTok is such a fleeting place, there's no such thing as a true massive TikTok star that is making a proper career off TikTok itself. You have people like, you know, a lot of people like to point out Charlie D'Amelio because she is the largest TikToker ever. But the thing is, TikTok isn't her career. She used it to boost her other career, and she makes shitty music. That's what she does. She makes fucking god-awful music, like Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Mind you.
I
Yeah, her
hate Billie
name,
Eilish.
right.
I think all of her songs sound the same and sound like shit.
Granted, she's found an audience that, you know, people like for some reason.
Yeah, tone deaf.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, her music consists of her talking in a fan and then having an absolute bass rape in there. Like, there's literally this one song where she's like talking about, she's like, I'm drowning underwater. like it's not even like, that's not even like an ear rape or anything that the internet made. That's just the song. Like, dude, it just sounds bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Music of as of late
has been shit for the last 10 years.
It really has.
I feel like 2013 was the last time like every song was like properly able to be listened to. You know, because I mean, now you get every now and then like a proper banger. You know, you get a good and proper good song like I'm trying to even think of one that would even be in that category, and I can't, which shows definitely it's where we are in the music industry. But every now and then you find one. But back then, I remember you could literally listen to the radio all day and be like, yeah, this song ain't too bad. Now you listen to the radio and they play the same song every other song. And I know you guys don't have this gripe, especially because you guys are hate country, but I like country. And WLLR will literally find one song and just jerk that song off over and over.
I know they will.
They will sit there and literally play like the song, whichever song it is that they're feeling at that time. Go to another song and then play that one right after that. I'm like, I wonder sometimes if they were only able to afford like 4 songs for the month, because radio stations have to pay for the rights to play music, because they're hoping to make up on it by the money they make off of advertisers and the amount of listeners. You know, that's part of the cost of doing radio, is getting the licenses and the royalties for playing the music. And of course, that's how the actual music creators make their money. But it makes me wonder if they just went and spent like $40 on 4 songs and that was it. And they're like, fuck it, we're making it work until next quarter.
Well, you see, and not to rip on you per se, but a lot of the people that listen to country are fine listening to the same exact song.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in Woodtech at West, there was, like, the same 3 songs playing.
No, that's because that's WLR. No, a lot of people that actually like country will sit there and get pissed at that. They hate it.
Yeah.
WLLR.
It's like, I remember they used to play absolute bangers ranging from all the way from late 90s to early 2000s, and then they do 2010s. It was really fun to listen to them. And then now, like 2015 and up, they're just complete fucking ass.
Yeah, there's... Music is always kind of a hit or miss thing nowadays. That's why I listen to some good old music.
See, I don't ever listen to the radio often. It's just my Sirius XM and my car ran out, and that's just the channel it defaults to, and I don't go many places. So when I'm just going in town, I don't even bother sitting there and waiting for the Bluetooth to connect or signing up on the aux just to go literally drive 30 seconds down the road. And so I'll just leave it on the radio, and I've just noticed that fucking shit, and it's so annoying. It's like, did you guys really not come up with anything better? But that's kind of that's like not even just radio. That's just kind of the same for everything. Like movies, games, TV shows. Everything finds that one thing that was super successful or semi-successful and just does nothing but try to copy that.
Beats the shit out of the dead horse.
Yeah. Movies now are kind of in a state where they're starting to move away from doing everything. They're starting to get a little bit more independent again. Before the longest time, when Marvel was in phase 3, was its absolute peak, you know, everything they kept trying to do, every movie creator, even if it's nothing to do with superheroes, try to do that campy Marvel humor.
Yeah.
That, you know, Marvel excels at because it's Marvel and they coined it. And they're starting to kind of go away with it, you know, getting there. And animation was the same thing, how everything has to be a fucking Pixar ripoff or an Illumination ripoff. Which
or just Pixar or Illumination.
And I fucking hate Illumination. I hate them.
You mean to tell me you don't like the Minions?
Okay, I don't like ignoring that those exist, and that's the company that made the Minions. Ignoring that, I hate Illumination's art style either way. It is the most fucking laziest animation. It looks like a college class grade animation that someone would make a 2-minute short for a final. But yet they stretch it out to an hour and a half. And then Pixar, what used to be the crowning edge in animation, finally figured out how to get RTX right and has been using God rays in every movie since. All of Pixar's movies look the same now, and it's super upsetting. Like, I remember...
I was looking back at Disney Plus, and I noticed that they had all of the old Pixar, like, one-shot animations. Mm-hmm. Like the one with the fucking jumping dude.
Yep.
Dude, those I missed those.
Jumping dude.
Yeah,
and they would play at the beginning of every Disney movie.
Jackrabbit or something.
And that was the fun part about going to the movie theater, or especially if you're watching a Pixar movie, because then they give you a longer short if you're actually watching an actual Pixar movie. But like, I mean, think about it. Pixar movies that came out almost back to back to each other. We got Toy Story 3. Or I'm not saying these in chronological order. I just know these came out in roughly the same time frame. Toy Story 3, Cars, and Up. Every single one of them, you could just see one still frame from each show, and be able to tell which one's which because they were so unique. Now, and they were made within, I think, 4 years of each other. Whereas now you can show me Coco and whichever one is their new one. I don't even remember what it's called.
Encanto.
Yeah, Encanto. You can show me those back side by side without obviously cheating because Coco has like neon lights in a certain section in the movie.
Yeah.
If you just show me two people standing there like side by side, you wouldn't be able to tell which one's from which movie.
Yeah, the art styles are very similar, but at least with those movies, they're good.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not saying
really
Pixar
like
makes
both of
bad
these
movies. I'm saying they used to be the Star-Spangled Banner beacon of innovation in the animation world in uniqueness, not caring that it wasn't realistic and going for realism, but just being visually stunning. Like, that's what they used to do. That's what Disney used to be about. But now they just don't care. And it really upsets me.
Why should they? I mean, people are starting to care less about the animation and more about what's going on in it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I want to see their new one, Turning Red. I heard that one's actually really good.
It's
got some controversy because of, honestly, its animation style. People are really tired of it at this point.
Yeah.
But it is slightly different than their other shows.
It's I've watched it. It's not bad. There's definitely parts of it I don't care for.
I've heard the same thing. Like, it's not a 10 out of 10 movie, but it's not a bad watch.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't wait to tell everyone about this and watch it again.
Yeah, it's by far not their greatest. It's nowhere near their greatest stuff, but it's if I've got nothing else to watch, it's not a bad one.
Right. It's kind of like, yeah, why not?
Apparently, Disney's been in some hot water lately.
Yeah.
Like Florida.
Well, getting their tax exemption stuff removed.
Yeah, because of all the shit they pulled and got leaked about how they were basically saying that they're going to remove all gender identities and try to pander. And I think in the actual quote was make Disney as queer as possible to just pander to that audience and everything.
Yeah, it's because of the their new heir. The heir to Disney is a trans female, I think. And I know they're donating large sums of money to charities and whatnot, and we're just gonna full on push that in all of the animations and stuff now.
See, that's fine if they want to do that and do that donation, but don't push it on 3 to 5 year old shows. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Yeah. It's Disney's supposed to be children's animation and children entertainment.
Because the other big thing is they're pushing these sort of things younger and younger to try and I get to educate the younger people about it, but you're educating people that have no understanding of genders at all about this, and it really confuses people.
No, I don't think gender identity in politics should be taught until the 7th grade sex ed. Because that's when everything kind of gets dropped. Perfect timing. Yeah, because those are 13, 14-year-olds, somewhat decent time. And anything before that,
teach them when their bodies are changing.
Yeah, I mean, anything before that is just redundant, just stupid. Because they're just going to sit there confused and not know what they're doing and feel pressured. Because if you actually sit there and look at any little kid and you're older than them, any little kid's going to immediately look up to you to be older. And if you just look at them and said, hey, it's pretty cool to say you're a girl instead of a boy, they're going to go around everywhere and say, yeah, I'm a girl now. I'm a girl now. Because that's cool. Yeah. I mean, without
hey kids,
any...
What do you think of this toy? Yeah. That toy's for babies. Oh, no. This toy means you're not a baby anymore. You guys want the toy now?
Yes.
What do you think about people who don't have the toy?
Children are easily manipulated. Now, putting that into a good context, it's because of their innocence and they don't understand how the world works.
No, and that's not any fault on them. It's
gullible.
Shitty parents and shitty corporations getting away with some of this shit. And I'm glad finally they got kind of the hammer put down on Disney, because they were kind of riding high for a really long time, and they are fucking hurting. They were making, obviously they're still one of the largest companies ever. And I think they're up there with the top 3. And I think the only other one is Amazon that's anywhere near with competing with it. Mm-hmm. And I think Microsoft is the other one, but they're nowhere close to Amazon or Disney. And they just got the hammer where they deserved it. And I hope that also shows to other companies, because people are getting fucking tired of woke culture. Like, we've let it run rampant for the last 10 years of just conforming to everything that everyone cried about. And I think some people are finally getting to the point where, like, all right, we're fucking sick of this.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and, like, the thing I don't get, and it's always a meme every year, Pride Month, all the companies change their profile pictures to having a rainbow flag and everything just for Pride Month, something like that. And it's like, I don't get how people think.
Except for, like, the foreign countries, like Russian Bethesda never does it.
No. But, like, anywhere where it's illegal to be gay, they don't do it.
Bethesda.
But I don't know how people can even think that they are getting support from those companies. They wouldn't give 2 shits if your population... Yeah, if you weren't, like, if they were to not have to worry about losing your business because of it, they wouldn't give 2 fucks about you.
No way. They want your money, not you.
Yeah.
That's like... Think about the fact that, like, unless you're the majority of their customer base, they will not listen to you.
Yeah, and, like, I've also seen, and not even that, too. It's if you're not the majority of what's making them profits, they don't care. Because it's just like with games, like with video games, like Battlefield 2042, everyone that bought the game says it's shit, wants to change things, and they're coming out and saying, oh, well, we know best, because they already made their money. They made their money back. Like, yeah, they still, even though they are highly underperforming what they expected, doesn't mean that they are worried about going out of business. Like, they still made plenty of money.
Because everyone bought it.
Everyone bought it. It was one of the most anticipated games of the year, and it just fucking flopped. But, like, the reason I say this is because people are trying to defend Disney, saying, oh, they're just doing what's right, teaching children about what the... Right. I'm like, dude, they don't give 2 fucks. They wouldn't care at all if you would sit there and still pay for it if you didn't scream about this. Let's take a step
back and look at Disney's history. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Disney is, everyone gets shit brought up from their past to get canceled. Why the fuck is Disney exempt from this?
Because Disney changes with the times.
Yeah, so does most other companies, but it doesn't stop fucking woke culture.
Yeah.
It's like, it's same with, like, YouTubers and everything. Same with woke culture, cancel culture. I was watching a compilation from a YouTuber I really like, Kostov, from 2013. And he was, like, going through, because he's like a COD troll, and he's fucking hilarious. And he was sitting there, he's like, dude, you know what you're saying is fucking retarded. You sound retarded. That was 2013. People try to get up in arms about shit that he said back then, when now he never says anything like that. Like,
everyone... Bill Murray.
Yeah, everyone changes with the times. It's just, for some reason, the dumb-ass woke culture leftists just think people deserve exemptions for semi-getting what they want from someone else. And it's fucking stupid. And that's why it makes fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and that's why it makes me so happy that Disney is not facing cancel culture. They're not facing woke culture. They're facing the American fucking government. It's like, one, that they can't just put out a fucking apology tweet. They lost what they wanted. Their tax exemptions, they are losing billions now.
Because what was funny about the whole thing was that they basically had it set up that they could just do whatever they wanted.
Oh,
and
yeah.
build whenever they wanted, and people around them were like, "Hey, this isn't right."
Well, like,
Is
did you hear about the
that
people
rate?
that got evicted because Disney bought their plot of
Yeah.
land to build their Disney houses or whatever it was called?
God, dude, you need to get off my fucking mind wave. I was just about to say people were getting like removed from their fucking land.
No, yeah, because Disney went, and I don't remember what they called it, but they went and bought acres of land. And you know how they already have the hotels baked in to Disney World and such in Orlando. They're going to do the same thing, but you could live at these houses, pay rent to these houses, and get the same treatment as if you're at the resort. So, like, you can go to Disney Park at any time you want, enjoy Disney food, enjoy personal delivery service. They're going to build this whole entire town that's a decent size from what I remember. I don't remember the exact size, but I remember it's not like a
Honestly,
townhouse.
I'm okay with that. What if Goofy door dashes me my Papa John's pizza?
Start answering fucking Mickey Mouse and, you know, just with your fucking underwear on, cocking taters out. No, but like there's these whole bunch of rules with it that like if
You're not
during
allowed
the
to
day
leave the houses.
no, it was like if during the day you have to keep the house in tip-top shape because at any time anyone that's visiting the park can come and see your house or something like that. Or, you know, you would be prone to random inspections. I'm like, dude, is this fucking Disney or the fucking Gestapo? Like,
And that is Disney. I mean, have you heard about their fucking like secret staff at the Disney Worlds?
oh, everyone's heard of that, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Where if someone,
underground
gets
layer.
injured, you're like in a fucking tunnel in like 10 seconds. I mean, kudos to them. They know what the fuck they're doing in that shit.
Yeah, it makes me smile with a big fat grin seeing
Makes me smile.
the company just get slaughtered down like that.
Down with corporate businesses. Fuck
Damn.
bureaucrats.
Fuck bureaucrats.
It's like, and then also recently, I know I'm kind of making this shit fucking political, but I don't care at this point. So, Elon Musk is also getting fired at because when isn't he? But like this time he posted a meme on Twitter and it was showing the left.
Twitter's cesspool.
Yeah, well, he was saying the left and versus the right, and it had like it was basically like a timeline, it was I don't know how to fucking explain it, like a flat grid timeline, and it had center, right, and left, and there's a guy on the right, stick figure on the left, and Elon Musk a little bit to the left of center, a little bit further left. And then the next image goes, guy on the right stayed in the same spot, Elon Musk stayed in the same spot, but the left is now further down. And then the third image does the exact same thing, but the left is so much further down and sitting there yelling at everyone, calling them bigots. And two things that makes me laugh about this. One is that fucking woke culture tried to cancel Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said, I own Twitter. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Like, it's...
I own your platform.
Yeah, it's like, you're not going to get...
me.
You're not going to get me deplatformed from something I own.
Yeah, where are you gonna yell at me then, huh?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Go to fucking Facebook? Yeah, right.
Just gonna buy that.
Zuckerberg's next.
The Zuck is next. Which I've heard there's actual rumors about possibly Elon taking in some of Meta now because of how bad Facebook killed themselves with turning to Meta.
Yeah.
But, and then the second one is that meme is completely fucking true. That most people haven't changed their stance. It's just that the woke culture has gotten worse and worse, and it keeps changing their minds on and getting more and more stingent on what they deem acceptable.
Instead of waking up, people are being awoken.
That was fucking stupid.
That was dumb. Didn't
that was a properly fucking dumb ass joke.
Yep. That's what I'm here for. That and cheese facts. Which brings us into our...
No! There's no way you have another one.
That's
I have
that's
plenty.
the end of
I
today's
will be,
episode of
I will be
Descent into
benevolent
Madness.
to you today. I
Dude.
can't exhaust all of my cheese facts.
Dude, he said that and my heart sank.
Yep. I was like, I got sad for a second.
Dude, so I was telling Chris this earlier. It's kind of a funny story about what happened to me last night. I was having an awesome dream, right? Where I was a wizard in medieval times. And I was casting all this cool shit. And then, because it was medieval times and I was a wizard, because like this wasn't like D&D universe. This was proper medieval times.
Yeah.
He found out that I could do magic, and of course they accused me of like witchcraft. You know, that's how it worked back then. Well, I'm sitting there in, you know, my tower battling these guys and winning. And then I turn around in my dream and I wake up in real life because it had started storming outside of here. And there's a little bit of thunder, and it woke me up. And I started waking up, and I started opening my eyes, and a flash of lightning flash, and my fucking Crusader helmet was looking straight at me. And I fucking legit screamed. It scared the shit out of me. I thought one of the fuckers got in and was about to get me.
Because Jesus was watching.
It's like, dude. And then as soon as I screamed, that immediately woke me up fully. And then I started fucking wheezing laughing so goddamn hard because of how absolutely retarded I must have looked.
You always look retarded.
That's fair, but this one was
Yeah, it was more like how you
exceptionally
sounded.
bad. I mean, like, sitting there going and just from... just as there's a fucking Crusader helmet sitting next to my bed.
Yeah, it goes, and it goes,
Jerry.
immediately after.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that was my funny story.
Good lord.
Oh, did I ever tell you about last week when I went to go get McDonald's and I was also a fucking idiot and was yelling at the lady for no reason? Wasn't really yelling.
This one was good.
Okay, so I did tell Chris.
I like
I don't know if I
this
told
one.
Michael, though. So I was sitting there, and obviously I don't have my glasses. I need glasses. And I'm pretty sure I have at least a slight form of dyslexia because words will switch on me all the time. And letters will swap around. Well, I went last week to go get some McDonald's, and I ordered the crispy chicken sandwich. Well, on the screen, they just abbreviate it to chicken sand, S-A-N-D. And for some reason, when I looked at it, I read chicken salad. And I'm sitting there going, I didn't order the chicken salad. I want the chicken sandwich, which they don't even have a chicken salad, by the way. I did check. There's no chicken salad at
I thought
McDonald's.
they did. It was like a...
No, not anymore. It's a time thing. It's like summer only.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Anyways.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I didn't order chicken salad. I want my chicken sandwich. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's right here. You put chicken salad. I want my chicken sandwich. And she's just sitting there dumbfounded. I can only imagine, like, I could see her face through the silence on the intercom. And then I sat there and I squinted and leaned out the window. I'm like, oh shit, that says S-A-N-D. That means sandwich. My bad.
sandwich.
My bad. And then I drove up,
bad.
went to the second
My
window because they weren't doing first window payment collection. It sat there, handed her the 20. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm such a fucking idiot.
That poor woman. You scared the shit out of her.
She was like 16 years old and just had no idea what the fuck to do. I mean, just like, I'm like,
I don't
damn.
want a salad. Sir, you didn't order a salad. It says right here, it says a salad.
That's exactly
Sir,
what it
there
was.
is
Imagine
no
you
salad.
put on
Sir,
your-
I don't want a salad.
Went through the bifocals at it.
No want a salad.
Well, you didn't order the salad. That's why I'm not getting the salad. I want the damn sandwich. Yeah, that was my sheeming moment of pure retardation at a McDonald's drive-thru. And I'm like, dude, I wasn't even like mad about that it said chicken salad. I was just like, you know, because shit happens. I have
almost
fat fingers.
guarantee that right after that you said, you know, chicken salad doesn't sound too bad. Fucking know you would do that.
Oh, yeah, it did sound good, but like, dude, I wanted the crispy chicken sandwich. That was what I wanted. Chicken salad wouldn't be too bad. I make chicken salads for myself all the time. But I just sat there and tortured this poor girl. And there's no one behind me, luckily, so I wasn't like holding up any line or something. Because if there was like a big ass line, I wouldn't have even said anything, even if it truly was wrong. I just would have fucking dealt with it. Because I wouldn't want to be in a nuisance to everyone else. Unlike Michael, that will get out of his car and go stand in front of another car at Taco Bell.
Yes. I will. Well, you know,
Well,
if it
we
weren't
have a
illegal
picture
to-
somewhere of you
if
doing it.
If it weren't illegal to break people's windows, I would have broken their fucking window.
You'd have gotten your face broken.
I was like,
No,
dude,
it
that
was
is
just some
You would have
stoner.
picked the one guy who has like a
No, dude, it
fucking
was just some
sawed-off
goofy
shotgun
fucking
under his
stoner.
fucking chair. Would have yanked out a sawed-off 12 gauge and blasted you
Bet.
away.
I'd suck start the shit out of that thing.
You what?
I would suck start the shit out of that thing.
Suck start.
You've never heard of suck start?
No.
So you know how like when you're siphoning gas, you can like you suck to create the vacuum to start the flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of suck starting is putting your mouth and like sucking on it. So if you suck start a shotgun or like an exhaust pipe.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I thought you meant, but I thought also you might have said that by mistake, because in my head,
No,
I'm like,
no.
but shotgun shells are made to where they don't go down to barrel.
So they don't come out. Dude, imagine you just
Shotgun
walk up
shells
and you
out.
just like reach in with like a pair of tweezers and just pull it out and just go, no. This is mine.
Dude, quite
now."
frankly, if someone like puts the end of my gun in their mouth and sucks the bullet out of the chamber, fuck that. I'm running
giving them
away.
I'm giving them the whole gun. Like, here, you can
There
shoot
is-
me now. Fuck.
It's like, I submit. I submit.
Yeah, that was impressive. Here, you can have this.
Yeah, quite frankly, if you can do that, fuck you. I'm running away.
Yeah, like, dude, that's some superhuman shit. And on that note, we are coming up right on our hour.
The power hour.
The power hour of thigh.
Thigh.
You know, we haven't asked our audience a question recently.
Yeah, the thing that you said, oh, I want to do that every time, and did it one fucking episode.
Yeah. Well, I think we also had like a word of the week, but like that.
Did we?
I think
No.
we
Remember
did.
the word of the week.
Yeah, I don't recall
Your
that
word
at
of
all.
the week is pancreas. There you go. Suck it up. Deal with it.
This isn't like a reoccurring thing. This is something you're just like having a senile delusion about.
I think. Well, look, you have senile moments at McDonald's. I have senile moments anywhere I go. All right. Let me have my old
Yeah,
man.
for one of you, it's a momentary lapse in judgment. The other one, it's a momentary lapse in his life.
Michael doesn't have strokes. He has brokes. It's just- his
Brokes.
brain just cracks.
You just hear a crunch.
And he just sits there looking at you and just starts drooling. Just
Yeah, he just stares at you and you just hear like the sound of glass shattering in a far off area and he's like, what was that?
what?
What?
He's not gonna say anything, so it must have happened.
What?
Yep.
Yep,
there
it is.
was.
Yep.
And on that lovely fucking awesome note, we're going to end this podcast here. I hope you guys all enjoyed this.
What did I miss?
Don't worry about it.
I hope you guys all enjoy. Please subscribe, click the bell icon, and leave a like if you enjoyed.
Donate money so that I can get treatment.